start between these two people, and a beautiful wife, mother of children, and we celebrated something very big a month ago, July the 25th. At 70 years. So this is why we're all around here. And it's just such a great time to think that 70 years we were able to have a wonderful family, have our comfort of homes, and still be able to talk to each other. So yes, that's 70 years. And when the 70 years come in, we're into the 90, and I'm going to do a little confession here. Father's here.
When was the last time? When was your last confession?
It's gonna be a long winter.
But I love birthdays, but I didn't think mine was necessary. It wasn't much to anybody. And I speak this sincerely. And the long weekend, and it was Labor Day, I guess. I have the pleasure of spending every day with my wife. But when I come home, these cards would be on my counter on the table. And it would have the 9-0. So I put it aside and read it, it's beautiful. Next time I come to 9-0. And I start growing. This is your birthday, man. Wake up. And that's why you didn't get much of a notice to be here today. Because the signal came to my brain and said, yes. And well, I enjoyed the life of many people. They did rid me. Why don't you act your age? But none of them told me how and when and what. So I'm here who I am at 90, and I admit I'm 90 now because it is a lovely number. You know, I'm sure not too many people even think of going to 90, and I'm one of them. So when I say this, we accomplished a lot in the 90s, not just the personal things, but the friendship we developed. And some of them are here today with us. Some couldn't stay long enough due to the short notice. But you folks are welcome to celebrate this with us. Because the dailies came into our lives. We were traveling people from the east to the west. We were in Toronto, they were in the New Brunswick, Bathurst, New Brunswick. And then the area, they landed in Winnipeg. We come back to Winnipeg, and as Lee said, they met in the spa, these two ladies here. And okay, don't talk too much.
We're calling it the spa.
So they got so excited that they brought Lee's and Al and myself together. It's two men, you know what I mean? Well, we have time for this. I can see your dad and myself.
Yeah.
But anyway, it sounded very good. First thing you know, the horses were involved.
Yeah.
And communication got so strong. And every one of us have a lot of friends. But Al Daly was one of the friends.
You're the best.
Next to this.
Just don't give away too many secrets.
No, but I just want to relate to our relationship. We can have a conversation. We can spend time together. We walk away and go our ways. And there's something we got out of it. It didn't go spreading. It didn't go elsewhere. It just stayed with us. And that's why I feel about it so missing. Anyways, I'm going to my 90th birthday. It's things that has happened in our lives. I could say it's coming to an end. We have to get prepared for it and have the people that you are here today to celebrate. And there's many others. I had the pleasure of working with Don and Sonia for many years, for 40 years. Most challenging person in the challenge. And our buddy's not here, Don Sitch. He said, have you ever had two people and send a contest out? I'm going to tell you, they're going to reach it. And I had the pleasure to do budgets and do the contests, etc. And I could put those names down, Sitch and Tomchek. Didn't have to look at it till the end of the month because they were there. The rest of you will be pumping them and encouraging them and so forth. So Don, the many years that you have spent with us, it was much fun doing it. It was a pleasure.
Well, Bernie, it was a pleasure working with you and getting a chance to meet your whole family. I still remember when you were living on the Mont Boulevard, and we came to your place, and the children were like 6 and 7 and 8 years old, whatever it was at that time. And it was about 8 o'clock, and Lucy said, children, upstairs. One after another, they were gone.
With a belt behind us.
didn't say that.
Yes. And that young lady, well, I don't know if I should call her young lady. She was young when she came into our family. Stephanie Swedlak, you were about 15.
Pretty much.
And for the 40 years that she's been with us, was in every position from being manager when I was away, whether it was in the office or at the farm. And it was always, everything was left in perfect hands. It was well taken care of. So we appreciate your time and health and with being with the family as well.
A little louder, Dad, if you could.
I'm just running out of notes here.
Yeah, no, we can see. A little louder.
Okay, I'll clear my throat and that. And we were thrilled to have the Smiths with us, Dr. Smith, which some of you are quite familiar, and very busy with a short notice. They were able to come and join us. But there was a family that came in from South Africa, landed in Winnipeg, taken directly to Vita. I don't know how many know where Vita is, but the home they were put in, the sheets were, bed sheets were on the windows. And the story was when she went to get some cold cuts, and the person who was serving her asked her, she says, well, how much you want? But she really didn't know the difference between the kilos and the pounds. So she turned around, maybe 10 pounds. And he started to give her.
Oh, no.
So she come out with this ham and bacon or whatever it was. And Dr. Smith said, I ate that meat every day for 12 days. But he is an awful interesting man. He's practiced in Vita. He drove into Winnipeg, connected himself with the office that he has now and got from the gentleman, that the doctor he worked with. And I bring this up because he looked after me. He knew I was wanting to get things done. But he comes to our door and raps on the door, walks in and says, Bernie, we're dealing with cancer. I've got Dr. Silverman all set up. We're going to have x-rays and we will carry on from there. I didn't even know what he was saying because I was so shocked. And I left and look, it's in good hands. So when I went for operation, we caught it well in advance. And if anybody knows what colon cancer is, there's no pain to it.
Yeah.
So take that kind of action. He's somebody in my life, and his family, they live right across the street from us and built his home in the property as well. So if I'm missing, Gordy, knowing you up and down, a few months here, a few months there, and a pleasure of golfing with you and joining our family community here.
Thank you very much, Bernie.
And the Poulin family, here we go. We all watched television, the terrible things we saw in Ukraine, and I'll confess to that when I saw these little ones walking and falling, looking for shelter, looking for safety. But I always admired the beautiful clothes they wore, the colored clothes they wore, and they just moved right along. And I was fortunate to meet another gentleman that came in from Ukraine, and we sat down and talked about it. And family has given me a little static, but I'm saying this in a nice way to advise people that, look, you don't know who's coming in. You got to get yourself prepared. But they still supported them. They were generous to it. All of you around this table had a lot to do with it. And here we are, got the nicest family we could add to and hope for. All ages of kids or mothers, and very helpful, always a smile on their faces. There's never a problem in that house. They're broken legs, broken arms, but that doesn't put them down. So it's very, very appreciative. I'm running out of space here. Thank you again, and you 5 kids here, and I'm Don and Randy are here with us the same way because they always love to be here. But what you folks done here to bring these people together and the food, thank you very much.
Very nice. Well done, Bernie.
Beautiful.